Where have you been all my life? Why can't all the gear I review be this cool, powerful, affordable, and versatile all wrapped into one same thing? This, my friends, is the Snowsky Retro Nano Decepticon Soundwave lookalike. Yeah, don't watch the rest of this video, do me a favor, just go out and buy one of these, like right now. The Snowsky Retro Nano retails for $66 in today's tariff money. It comes in blue and white colorways, and on board there are two chipsets. There's the Qualcomm QCC5125 that handles Bluetooth, and then there's the Cirrus Logic CS43131, the old workhorse, that's the DAC, and that gives us 16-bit 96 kilohertz sampling rate, and that's, I would say, more than enough for the majority of listeners out there. And there's enough juice for the 3.5 and the 4.4mm audio outs. There is Bluetooth 5.1 on board with a whole caboodle of codecs, AAC, SBC, aptX, aptX low latency, aptX adaptive, aptX HD, and LDAC. And battery life, I got around 5.4 hours with LDAC on at 65% volume, Bluetooth running, high gain, and a 300 milliwatt Sennheiser HD490 Pro connected via the 3.5 port. Front and center, we have the 0.96-inch TFT display, is nice and bright, perfectly legible, and at the top we have 5 buttons. Starting from the left here, we have the power slider, volume up, down, as well as the pause play, and then the multi-function button. On the side here, we have, on one side we have the 3.5 and 4.4mm output ports, as well as the USB-C in. Besides the whole retro look going for it, I think one of the coolest part about this device also is the user replaceable battery. This is a lithium ion piece, so when this reaches end of life, I think, roughly around 300 charges, so around a year, this thing will start degrading to like 80% is what I remember about these kind of batteries. You can swap it out, and by the way, AAAs do fit in here, but they don't have enough juice to run this thing, so yeah, I've tried it and that doesn't work. On the side here, I also forgot to show you there's a lanyard loop. I tried installing that. It comes with the box, but it started bunching up and ripping the first time I tried inserting it, so your mileage may vary there. Like most devices in this category, there is a menu system, guys, accessible via the multifunction button that we saw a second ago. But when you press it once, you can cycle through different phases, I would call it. But when you hold it down, it enters the menu system, and then you can navigate it through the plus minus button to go up and down. You can change things like turning on EQ or setting up different EQs, changing the dimness, turning on low high gain and all that kind of such, and then you exit it by holding down the multifunction button again. It's really intuitive to use and very powerful for what it is. Believe it or not, the Retro Nano has app support via Fiio control. So at the home screen tab, for example, you get battery levels, which isn't 100% accurate at times. You can enable and disable any audio codec you like, and you can customize what double clicking or holding down the volume and play pause buttons do. On the EQ tab, there are 8 presets with 3 customizable EQ spots, plus the ability to download and share the presets from other users and Fiio hardware. And by the way, the 10-band parametric supports low and high pass, low and high shelf, all pass, as well as band pass, which is quite impressive for something of this price. The audio tab allows you to adjust things like system or device volumes and channel balance, and the gear icon on the top right is where you can find the all-important firmware update tool, which gives you the option to manually or automatically install update files. I have this running on SBC right now to see. This should be the strongest signal of all. So I have the phone at the end of my deck right there. So let's walk this away from the phone and see how strong the signal stays. So right now we're direct line of sight around 25 feet away. It's so catchy. I know it's an old song, but hey. Oh, we just got a cutout. It's close to where the window is, where it usually starts. You'd start getting signal issues. So yeah, it's right on point. We're on LDAC right now, and signals, hold on. The hook is too strong, guys. So direct line of sight 25 feet away, LDAC again. Signal is still going well. Oh, I just got a little sputter. It's about maybe 4 or 5 feet away from what SBC was able to do. So I would say it's close enough that you can just leave it on LDAC and be done, guys. So there you go. Let's check out the single mic on this. down by the roadside. I don't think it's gonna be good. The Retro Nano, just like a lot of Bluetooth wireless DACs nowadays, they have mics on board to handle phone call. This one has one in particular, so as you can imagine, it's not very good. It tries its best right now as cars pass by. Testing, 1, 2, 3. It's, yeah, right. And it's when it's quieter, it's a little bit better. So, you know, if you're using it in a house or away from noise, it's totally fine. And here's the thing. I've tested this on a windier day right now, it's probably like 2-3 miles an hour, not very much at all. But I've tested this when it was much stronger, when it hits the mic ports. Your listeners are going to be pissed, guys. And the other thing to take into account too is the further you hold this away, like right now I'm resting it by my side, you can't hear me. And so yeah, you have to hold it like this all the time. So there you go. But then again, if you can't hold it like this, you're weak sauce. Just recently, we had the tiny Kiwi Ears Allegro with its NES controller vibes and all that. And now we have this thing that's a cross between a shrunken Walkman and mini cassette player. Actually, every time I look at this thing, I half expect it to transform into Laserbeak or Ravage or something. Now, if that ain't retro cool enough for you, you probably don't have a pulse. Oh yeah, I'm talking about you too. Oh, I'm fine. I'm totally cool. I have this retro, like, arcade t-shirt going on. Totally legit. Not pretentious whatsoever. What? Aren't you the one that takes photos with iPads and... Oh, you have socks with your sandals. And also, don't you still live with your mom? Factor in what seems like robust Fisher-Price-like plastics, and totally not a bad thing in this case, with a swappable rechargeable battery inside, and you've got something with a potentially forever shelf life, guys. Like imagine, after you're long dead, when your grandkids find this thing in one of your boxes up in the attic somewhere, and it just so happens that 80s is cool again, man, I'll tell you what, they're gonna love you for it. They'll be like shouting your name to their friends and their spouses about how awesome their grandpa was and all that, thanks to the Snowsky Retro Nano. Yes, even in death, the Snowsky Retro Nano will make you cool in the future. Can't find that on a Hallmark card. Straight out of the box, you'll notice that the low end slightly colors everything all the way up to the mid-range and even affects the treble somewhat, sacrificing micro detail in exchange for warmth and embracing vocals, which is fine for a product like this. There's actually quite a bit of athleticism to the sound, making it feel dynamic and clean. Like when I put on the Nano for casual listening, I'm still getting enough information and musicality that I feel not wasted on higher end headphones and IEMs. Other notes, bass extension is tight, like when I'm listening to Sunshine of Your Wub, but in that song, for example, it notably doesn't provide as much sub-bass rumble that some might want. Treble is well controlled with no ear fatigue, thankfully, and I also think it helps that the soundstage put out by the Nano is quite wide instead of cramming all that sound right smack in the middle of your head. And there's also plenty of power, especially for IEMs. Most headphones are fine too, although let's be real, this thing ain't gonna like properly power something like the Headphone 2 or LCD 5. Now on the flip side, one plus point about such an efficient circuitry is that audio quality doesn't take a nosedive even without the battery. Like when I took it out and powered directly through the USB-C, it was just business as usual. Yeah, that's the CS43131 for you. The Nano part is real, my friends. It's small enough that you might occasionally misplace it between the couch cushions, or worse, you might forget to take it out of your pants pocket before a wash. Yeah, that would be bad news bears indeed. Okay, I'm probably being pedantic here, but a small volume knob or dial would have rounded up the whole package nicely, I would think. If it was done on the Creative Zen Nano like 11 years ago, why not here, right? And what we get instead are indistinguishable buttons from the rest of the indistinguishable buttons. And before you ask, no, the Snowsky Retro Nano isn't a rebranded and slightly tweaked Fiio KA15. They're completely different things, even if, granted, the Fiio has the same display and UX and everything. But I digress. Let's go back to this. Man, it somehow pulls off the whole retro thing without trying too hard. It looks and feels like a solid 80s Hasbro Takara toy, has a user replaceable battery for crying out loud, it's tiny, it's competitively priced, and most importantly, sounds pretty impressive considering the innards and the price point. So thank you Fiio for making this. It proves that good audio can be fun and not filled with stuffy old coots who argue over subwoofer placement, the color of their audio cables, or the girth of their tube amps. Yeah, how's that for an endorsement, Fiio? And that was for free too. Well, thank you so much for sitting through all that crap and my review of the Snowsky Retro Nano. And thanks to Fiio, of course, for sending this over to me. And I hope you found this useful in some form or another. And if you'd like to see more content like this, you know what to do. Smack the like button and subscribe and reshare this with your friends if you can. And be a member if you like of this channel. Thanks again for your support. You guys are the best. And remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world. Because guess what? If you haven't seen the news lately, the world needs it more than ever. And it starts with you. I love you very much. Peace out and God bless.